This is Braudy Global Limited right here in Enugu City. So today we are going to be discussing something very, very interesting, right? And here with me is and Jason Dabuwa. So we are real estate consultants based in the city of Enugu, working with Braudy Global Limited. So today we are going to be talking about how to start real estate in Nigeria with zero experience. If you have been looking for how you can become a real estate agent, in fact, not just a real estate agent, but a successful real estate agent, but you're asking yourself, how am I going to start? I mean, we you you must have been in that shoe, right? When you're looking at how you can get started with real estate. Maybe you can share a story, then I will share mine before we dive right into telling you how to start to start real estate in Nigeria even with zero experience. So let's say experience side before we get started.
Okay, for me, it was very confusing at the beginning. So, real estate is one of those businesses when if you must have paid in other places,
Right.
you know that this is one that you must pay. So,
It has to work.
it has to work, exactly. So, for me, it was like that. I came into real estate very confused, not knowing how to go about it. Because I was not looking at every other person, wanted to do what every other person was doing. So, it was very confusing, it was very difficult for me until I got to know Braudy Global. So it was at that point that my story really changed. Yeah,
So Browdy history changed.
exactly.
Right. For me, it was challenging. Right. When I wanted to start real estate, then I was looking for how to start. That's when I studied estate management. Right?
Okay.
But you know what you learn to school is different
From
from
what you want to do.
yes. So when I wanted to start, I was looking for who would guide me, who would teach me how do I start. I went on YouTube. I was searching for how to get started and what to do. The basic thing is what to do. You know, until I came across Mr. Jeff on YouTube, and then that's how I get connected with him. And I mean, from there, he taught me what to do, and I picked up. So we are going to be sharing with you how we started and how you too can get started with real estate and then start making money for yourself.
Zero experience.
I need zero experience. Seriously, when I started, I had no experience, especially when it comes to marketing or even talking with people. So many things. Zero experience, right? But over time, I learned and I became better. So we're going to be starting with the very first thing you need to do if you want to start real estate in Nigeria with zero experience. Here we're talking about becoming a real estate agent with zero experience. So maybe by now you must have seen a lot of realtors out there and you're saying, God, when, how do I get started? So you need to really follow us on this live. So if you are watching us on this live session, drop hashtag live and where you are joining us from. And anytime you are coming across this live video, you should also drop where you watch this live video from, right? So that we get to hear from you too. And if you have questions as we talk or as we discuss in this live session, you should also drop it at the comment section and we'll gladly answer you. So yes, the very first thing, right, you need to do is you need to what? Decide, right? You need to decide that you want to do real estate, right?
Yeah.
So that is the very first thing you need to do. You need to say, oh, from today I want to become a real estate agent. Because once you don't decide, you still be doing your side hustles, you still be doing other things. So you need to decide. Now, why this decision is very important is that if you decide, you know why you are deciding, right? For me, my why was that I want I want to be able to afford anything I like in this life and be able to also have properties that will help my children in the future and I also be able to build legacy. So that is my own why, and that is what forces me to what I'm doing, right? So if you want to start real estate, don't just jump into it because you want to make money. Have a strong why. Why do you want to do real estate? And because days may not look like what you're expecting.
Exactly.
So, but if you have your why, it will help you to stick to the business. So you need to decide know your why, know what you want to do real estate. And if you decide that, then it will take us to the number two, which is
Yeah. Okay, so just before we go into the part, I just want to add a little to what you said. You know, one of the things I found about real estate is that it's a noble profession. So it's not, you mentioned about side hustles. So it's not like business. You know, they are kind of business. Maybe like going to the market to buy something, maybe selling pure water, selling meat pie. So those ones are not, it can't be compared to real estate. Real estate is more like a high ticket products, properties that are worth millions of naira. So like you mentioned, you need to know your why. Why do you want to do this thing? Are you doing it for short term or for long term? Are you want to do it because you heard that someone sold a property and received hundreds of millions? I say, I tap grace. So you need to have a very strong why, like she mentioned. I mean, that strong why is something that will keep you even when you are not making sales, even in difficult days when there's no sales. Your strong why is one of those things that will keep you and you being strong in the business. So you need to decide.
exactly. So after deciding, the second thing you need to do is that you need to work with a real estate company. You need to attach yourself with
Attach.
yes, with a reputable real estate company. Now, you may be asking, how do I get to know this reputable company? How do I know trusted ones? You can do that by going on their social media platform and verify. You will check out it for yourself. And in one of our Realtors Academy, um, Realtor School, once you go there, you also get to learn everything about how you can verify your blessings copy from for me is the reputation, track record, and then knowing their physical office. And so you need to attach yourself with the real estate company. Now, why attaching yourself with the real estate company is that it will help you to learn faster. It will help you to learn about land administration, especially in the city that you want to operate from. So let's take for instance, you want to start writing in Enugu, can look for us. I mean, we are here already for you, Braudy Global. You will send us a message and get started. Because you can learn about land administration right here, and you also get to learn about marketing. But when it comes to selling properties in Nigeria, you have to understand how people buy, what makes them buy properties, and how you can sell to them. These things are very important. So you need to work with the real estate company and commit yourself to learning. When I started, I learned a lot. But I don't used to sleep most of these days because I'm always on YouTube. It's not like now that we have a lot of related companies doing trainings here and there. Then you just have to train yourself. You don't know anything. So I go on YouTube and research about land titles. I will watch a lot of videos. Land sizes, I watched a lot of videos. Land documentation, I watched a lot of videos and I got to understand them. And then for marketing, I think having this strategy for myself was easier. So that's why I say you should attach yourself with the real estate company because they are most of the real estate companies now offer trainings, right? They probably offer trainings where we teach from time to time how you can sell to people, how you can understand the people that you want to sell to, and then you sell to them. So if you have something to add, can add it.
Yeah, just a little to what you already said. So the main reason how you can get to know about if a real estate company is through recommendation. Because for me, how I got to know Browdy, someone just recommended Browdy. And then I went for site inspection.
Okay.
So after site inspection, a realtor, one of the top realtors, so he was like, "Oh, do you know about this company? I like your image. Do you know about this?" I said, "What name of the Browdy program?"
Wow.
So she now told me, "Okay, this we are training on Thursday." And that was how I got to know Browdy. So through recommendation, you can know if a company is reputable. I mean, people who are in the business know what you need companies. And the reason why you need to do this, and why she mentioned a couple of things that you need to learn. So attaching yourself with this real estate company, just like you going for a mentorship class. I mean, that's how I see it. I mean, you need someone who has been in business, someone who has experience. We mentioned Mr. Jeff.
Yeah.
So it's one of those persons that you need to, I mean, look out for people that have been in business. Mr. Jeff is one of those realtors, top realtors in the real estate business here in Enugu and here in Abuja.
Yeah.
I mean, you need people that have positive track record, not like someone who just telling you, I can do this, I can do this. No. Mr. Jeff is one of those top realtors that have positive track record that you can follow. So recommendation and also attaching yourself to this company will help you to do a lot. I mean, you don't have to spend so much time learning too many things. Something that will take you like maybe years.
Yeah.
You can just learn it in a few months because you have people, a real estate company is has like a mentorship
Yeah.
sort of. Yeah, so it's very important that you attach yourself to the real estate company.
Exactly. Absolutely. So I also add that if working with a real estate company also provide you with properties that you can sell. Because that's another challenge most new people have. I remember when I said I was like, how do I get properties that can sell? Genuine properties. Right? So working with real estate companies also provide you with genuine properties that you can sell. Yes, moving on. So remember the first point is you need to decide, know your why. Then number two, you need to attach yourself with reputable real estate company and learn everything you need to learn. And then number three right now is that we need to learn how to create and edit videos. Yes, especially if you are starting out as someone who does not have any rich uncle or rich auntie that has millions to buy property from you.
Yes.
You know, the world is not digitalized, so you need to go online and seek for your audience and seek people that will reach out to you to buy property from you, right? So when you start, when you learn how to create videos and edit them, you will start. You will help, it will help you to generate leads,
Exactly.
people that can buy from you.
Yeah.
It will also help you. It also build you as an authority. Because when you are showing yourself, teaching people, and then sharing, when you go for site inspection and all of that, you build authority. And then that is that it helps you to build trust faster.
Exactly.
Now, if you want to start, you may be saying, "Oh, I'm not a social media person." Most of us, we don't like social media, but if you need to make money, you need to be on social media. Right? If you say, "Oh, I don't want to do social media," it's just like you say, "Oh, I don't want money," right? So you need to know that you need to show yourself on social media because it is that way that you can generate people or attract the people that is going to give you this money, that is going to buy these properties from you. Now you may be saying, "Oh, I am camera shy. Oh, I don't like to look at myself. Oh, my forehead is big, my eyes is big, everything is doing you." Right? That's telling those things to you. That's going to telling you that
Cast it out.
is we cast it out, and it's known as imposter syndrome, right? To always make you to feel perfect about yourself and to keep hindering you. So what I can recommend you start doing is that start on your camera and place and learn to talk to the camera. Learn to talk to the camera. You may not like it. You may not even like how your voice sounds. You may not even like how you're looking on the camera. You'll never like so many things about it. You may be very, very, very uncomfortable with it, right? But when you start doing it, when you start practicing it, over time you get better. And once you start practicing it, please, as you're practicing, be posting it. Don't leave it in your drafts or your phone because you don't know the video that somebody will actually see and then want to buy from you. And that is why if you know people that will talk down on you when you are starting this video, please find a way to do what. There's a block button.
Not them.
There's also a way you can also make them prevent them from seeing you on friends.
Yeah.
I will not teach you everything, so you have to do the needful at the moment. With time they'll get comfortable, and with time you become better. Right? So you need to really start creating and editing videos and posting it on your social media platform. Right?
Yeah, okay. So on that aspect, so the reason why we are saying that you need to learn how to create and edit videos It's not like posting flyers and doing
Yeah.
write-up. It's not that they are not good.
Yeah.
No, we are not against that.
Yeah.
But the reason why you need to reach down on video editing or video content creation is because video encompasses every other aspect of content. Whether you are sharing flyers, whether you are writing a post, video content. But when you are talking, someone is seeing your face. That's visual. They are hearing what you are talking. That's audio. You understand? So it is very even the write up that nobody comes up as caption. It's also the write up. So it's very important that you focus on video content creation. And one of the things like she mentioned, said that it will help you to build trust, is when you start creating these videos. She says something very important. Don't just create a video and leave it inside your phone. Be like, I will post it, I will post it. Because you don't know the video that will attract that lead. You don't know the video that will help you to convert that lead. But most times, it's even those videos that you regretted. They are the ones that will attract leads. So while you create videos, post it there. You are trying to create visibility. You are trying to educate people. And while you educating people, people are trying to learn how to trust you. And in trusting you, you are building authority. And that's one thing that will make you to stand out in the business. Because when client reaches out, they know that they are not just communicating with anyhow realtor, but they are communicating with someone who is an authority in the industry. So it's very important. Create videos, they dig them and post them.
Exactly. Thank you for that, Emmanuel. So, basically, real estate is a business of trust.
Exactly.
People buy real estate out of trust. So, one way, in fact, the only tested way we've seen over time is is by using videos.
Yes.
Like you are watching us right now, you can feel us.
Yeah.
You may even like us from here,
Yeah.
right? Because you are seeing us and you're hearing us communicate. So when it makes you to trust us. So see the same way with creating content. Now, next question that will come into your head is what kind of videos should I be making? Well, we've done a lot of videos concerning the kind of videos we should be making. You need to subscribe to this channel right now and get to see those videos where I talked about the kind of videos you can start creating. So for me, what I did was as I'm learning, I am making videos about it. So if I learn about like for example, I learn about a brand maybe called CFP. As I finish learning it, I'll on my camera and talk about it and I'll post it. So that is a faster way to learn and you execute, right? So but for more videos you can be creating, check it out on our channel. Yes. So moving on, the fourth step on how you can become a successful real estate agent in Nigeria without any experience or same experience is by what? You need to start by selling lands that are not expensive. These when you start selling at an expensive, it will give you commissions faster. And you are starting out with money, right? So instead of you focusing on today post private jet 2 billion, or post post Lekki 1 billion, post Abuja 2 billion. Focus on affordable properties. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. Now, the reason is that people get to buy these properties faster. So that those, the markets are different, right? But the ones that we've experienced over time, was one that will get you started is when you focus on affordable properties. Now, what it means that once you start selling those affordable properties, you get commission. When you receive the first commission, you see that this thing is working to ginger you right to do more. So it will make you to become so the cheaper lands will also help you in becoming the person that can sell the expensive lands, right? So when you are starting, we should advise that you should focus on selling lands that are not very expensive to help you to make commission fast. No matter how little it is, once you sell a land of, let's say, 1 million and make 10% commission, 30% commission is around 100,000. So that's that one can quickly come to your account. Let's say you want to do it. So start by selling land that are not very expensive. Now, the temptation is that when you start, a lot of people will be asking you, oh, do you have land inside town? Do you have land along the roads and all of that? And you start using your energy to run around. Instead of you to use your, just tell them that you don't have it, then you refer them to somebody that can help them, but focus on land that are not very expensive. You can easily sell those ones and make commissions faster. And that will help you to build you and you become someone who can sell expensive properties. It also help you in getting experience, right? So start by selling as a expensive.
Yeah. So okay, when some people when they hear expensive,
Yeah.
so some of them might not know the particular
Amounts or
yeah,
range
range that we are talking about. So because it's kind of dating depending on the person. Maybe for this person, expensive can mean maybe 20 million. So another person can mean 200 million. So what we actually say is that, like she mentioned a property that is worth a million naira. So maybe you can start with property that will be the range of a million to 5 million. I know that most people who are especially first time buyer, they look for affordable properties. That will give them a safe entry to the business. Yeah, so they look out for property depending on your location. If you're here in Enugu or any other state in Nigeria, look out for property that are very affordable, and then you can sell them. I know that once you sell, 100,000 naira commission is something. At least imagine if you used to receive something like 20,000, I now receive 100,000 naira as a commission. Just one say like this, with not too many stress. Just collecting a client and then a company, reaching the gap, then you get your commission. So it's something that it will give you more energy, more motivation. So when you are starting out as a realtor, especially when you know this, please start with property that are very much affordable. Then you can then scale up with time.
All right. Hope you're enjoying this live session so far. If you do like it, like this live session, you can also share. Also drop fire emoji if you can see us clearly and hear us clearly while we dive into the last point for this live session, which is need to treat it as a business, not a side hustle.
Emphasis on side hustle.
Emphasis on side hustle.
Yeah.
So when it comes to real estate, right? If you're treating it as a side hustle, to be giving you a side, but once you treat it as a business, to give you the money that you're looking for.
Exactly.
So if you have decided to do real estate, right? It's very difficult that, like I'm saying, it to treat it as a business, especially if you have other business that you're running before now. It's very difficult. In fact, especially if you don't have money. I know when I started, I used to have challenges. I will run for this, I will try other businesses. But over time, I said, what, need to pay attention to this. And really, I said, pay attention to real estate. So if you really want to make this business work for you, you need to treat it as a business. Here's what I mean. You need to create time for it. You need to commit to learning it, understanding it, and selling it, right? And then you need to find ways to build systems around you. And that one will come over time as you start selling, right? But you need to first know that you are going in this thing for a very long time, right? You are not going to treat it as a side hustle. So most times what happens is that when you are treating it as a side hustle, over time you may give up on it and then go back to whatever you have been doing. So, but if you really want it to be a success, you need to treat it as a business.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the reason why we are talking. I just remember the main reason why we started with you to decide. Is that before you get to this fight, once you know your why, it's very easy for you to treat it as a business. Sure. But definitely there will be distractions, especially when the sales are not coming. You now start thinking, oh, I used to sell cake, I used to sell meat, I used to sell pad. And if you've not decided to treat that business, it's very easy for you to lose focus. And divert your attention to that. And while we were talking, you mentioned about committing your time. You need to commit your time. Outside committing time, you need to also commit attention to the business. You need to focus every energy, channel it into the business. Also, and that is your energy. The energy you put into the business matters. I mean, just like every other business, like someone wakes up in the morning, you know that you're going open your shop. So that's the same way real estate is. Every day you need to focus on that business. You need to whatever you need to do in order to become visible to your audience, your target audience, whatever you need to do to attract leads, even the content. Part of you mentioned about content creation. It's also one of the ways you treat it as a business. So it's very important that you don't just take it as a side hustle. You need to channel every energy, time, and attention into your business.
So yes, he has said it all. And so with this following point of ours,
Yeah.
you know that you can start your real estate journey right in Nigeria with zero experience.
Exactly.
And if you need us to guide you, right, you can reach us on the number that will drop on the comment section of this live session, and we'll guide you through. And if you're looking for a community that you can work with, a related company that you can work with right in the city of Enugu, we are also here to guide you. Right. So do you have any advice for anybody starting real estate today?
All right. So if you are watching this, especially if you're new in real estate, more like a bonus. So first, I just want to recommend that you stick to this channel. We have content and valuable resources that will help you. Even if you don't have any experience yet, just like we discussed, we have content that will help you to start as a novice to a top selling realtor. It's like irrespective of the state that you are in, whether you are in Enugu, in Abuja, in Kaduna, whatever part of Nigeria you are, we have resources that will help you to subscribe so that you get updates about any videos that we drop on this channel whenever we want to go on live session so you get notified.
All right. With that being said, so if you have any question, if you have any question, or if anytime you watch this live session and you have any question regarding how to start real estate right in Nigeria, whether as a real estate agent or someone that wants to buy real estate in the city of Enugu, you can drop it in the comment section and we'll attend to it. And so, until you come to your first